that sort of brings us up to current on the cannabis. Then let's get into Sasquatch, because they meet right in the middle here. Northern California is the official home of Bigfoot.
Right. Yeah.
There are the most sightings in the entire United States in Northern California, both in this Emerald Triangle area, the Humboldt area. You have up in Siskiyou County, up in Del Norte County. There's just tons and tons and tons of reported sightings, right?
We are the unofficial home.
The unofficial home.
Of
yeah.
Sasquatch.
Yes, we are.
Maybe official.
Yes. Yeah.
However you want to look at it.
Willow Creek, which is in Humboldt, gets put on the map by this Patterson-Gimlin film, where they actually have Bob Gimlin on the documentary talking about how they would go around this remote area of Humboldt, Willow Creek, and eventually get this. And if you would know the video if you saw it. It's the most famous Bigfoot video ever, right? And from there, Willow Creek now has a Bigfoot museum, and they have the Bigfoot Highway, which goes through the area.
That video, somebody else talks about how that film of Bigfoot is what did I write down?
It's the like gold standard.
It's the gold. It's the best video evidence of Sasquatch in existence.
Yes. What's your reaction when you see that video?
I mean, again, we're gonna save the spoilers for the end, but when I see it, I'm like, yeah, that's clearly a human. So
that's fake. That's the
reason that
it looks fake to me. And
so animals
he's walking like a human.
Animals walk different than us humans. And I know that Sasquatch is supposed to be whatever, like kind of the missing link, if you will, very human-esque features, but he's walking too much like a human. Actually, I think they refer to it as a her, right? They say it's a her. It's a
Bob Gimlin calls the Bigfoot a her. Yeah,
but initial reaction just funny. Looking, I was like, that is just a strut of a human man.
Correct. And I don't think we're getting ahead of ourselves. The man on the movie says, "Hey, they paid me to dress up like Sasquatch," even though Bob Gimlin says that guy's full of it. The guy says, no, yeah, I was in that suit and it's fake.
The opening of the second episode of this 3-part series is a guy holding literally the mask he was wearing in that video. And he's like, this is it. This is what you're seeing. This is exactly what happened. He's like, I thought it was hilarious. I was wearing jeans with my wallet. You could see
could see the wallet.
And it's just like, but the guy who filmed it stands by it. And it's just like, and they're neighbors. They talk about how they like wave at one another, but they have like completely opposite perspectives of this video.
And that's not a spoiler. I think this guy's been speaking out about that.
And it's not even at the end. It's literally the very opening scene of the second episode.
Right. So also, I mean, there's obviously a ton of Bigfoot sightings in this area, and it's specifically with cannabis growers because, like we said, they sort of meet in this wilderness area. Cannabis growers and Bigfoot are looking for the same region, right? They're remote, inaccessible. They just want to be left alone. They don't want anyone to stumble upon them by accident. And throughout this film, they're talking about the stories that cannabis growers would tell about Bigfoot screaming and hurling rocks at them. And there was the one guy, this is a little bit of a spoiler, who like starts crying, talking about how scared he was when he saw Bigfoot, right?
Floating in a river.
Yeah, he was walking through a river.
I watched that again this morning. The guy was floating down river, and he talks about how this thing was like covered in dreadlocks. It wasn't like traditional.
Which kind of makes sense to me.
Like, I mean, yeah, but...
Like, Bigfoot doesn't wash his hair. Like, of course he'd have dreadlocks.
Fully... literally emotional. This guy was about to break down.
Yeah, that was
about seeing Sasquatch.
A legit hilarious part of this film. And it goes on to have a bunch of people who are clearly just Bigfoot people. Like they probably make their living off these Bigfoot stories, talking about all these, Bigfoot sightings. One professor even goes on to say that the Bigfoot evidence is overwhelming. The footprint evidence. Which is...
Have you seen any of those footprints? I mean, like, you see them, but It's comical how ridiculous they look.
Do you believe in Bigfoot?
Well, I mean, we're gonna save the spoilers for later.
Okay. We'll save it for later.